and welcome to Eagle Eye News. I'm Melissa Mitchell.
And I'm Matt Stanley. Auburn's This Is Auburn campaign has reached their goal of $1 billion. They achieved this remarkable success in record time, more than 1 year earlier than projected. With 16 months left in the campaign, leaders say the university will continue raising funds. Auburn is the first university in the state to raise $1 billion in one comprehensive fundraising campaign. The $1 billion comes from nearly 400,000 donations.
The largest donation in that $1 billion campaign is a $55 million gift. Donors John and Rosemary Brown graduated in 1957 with degrees from the College of Science and Math. In addition to the Browns' large campaign gift, they gave an additional $2 million for students who wish to pursue degrees in COSAM, making their donations to Auburn total a staggering $57 million. The $2 million COSAM donation is specifically for the Department of Mathematics and Statistics to help recruit and recognize a top scholar in any of the department's foundational areas of math. This is the first gift of its kind for the COSAM department.
Auburn traditions spread far and wide, and the flight of the war eagle is one of the oldest traditions that takes place in Jordan-Hare. Fans gain the opportunity to learn about Auburn's eagles and other birds of prey at the Southeastern Raptor Center's educational show.
On the Friday before a home football game, the Southeastern Raptor Center hosts their program, Football, Fans, and Feathers, to inform the Auburn community about the birds of prey.
That's the last thing a mouse sees.
We wanted to give the public an opportunity to come to the Raptor Center and see this local resource of educational bird shows right here in their own backyard.
During the show, trainers facilitate a flight demonstration of hawks, owls, falcons, and Auburn's battle cry bird, the war eagle. All birds used in the programs are permanent residents of the Southeastern Raptor Center.
Trainers like myself make sure that the birds are very well conditioned to being around the public and calm and relaxed and comfortable around people.
Audience members have the opportunity to ask trainers questions and take photos with the birds. Fans can also schedule the war eagle and other birds to make an appearance at private events.
I think this presentation excited Auburn fans because we got to see Spirit and it's 20 years old now.
Melissa Mitchell, Eagle Eye News.
Fans can own a little piece of this Auburn tradition by bidding on the Eagles' leather jess and lure used during its pregame flights. To access this auction and learn more about the Southeastern Raptor Center, log on to auburn.edu/raptor. You know, those eagles are absolutely amazing.
I know, it's a great Auburn tradition, my favorite tradition, and I actually went to this event last Friday and just really enjoyed the show. I feel like a lot of people don't know much about the war eagle.
They're absolutely beautiful birds, but I have to say they're just a tiny bit terrifying.
A little bit in person if they keep their claws to themselves, you know.
Right.
Coming up, we'll hear from John Thomas on how UPC is helping students create their own piece of Auburn. You're watching Eagle Eye TV on Channel 6.
Why is America safer today when we travel or go to busy places?
Because detection technology developed at Auburn turns canines into a powerful first line of defense.
Why are some accomplishments more meaningful than others?
Because for me, the best trophy is the one that fulfilled a promise to my mother.
Why does the Auburn family believe in and support our university?
Why?
Why?
Why? Because this is Auburn.
Hey guys, I'm Jonathan Thomas, and this is Eagle Eye Entertainment. Well, we announced a few weeks ago that Orange is the New Black star Jackie Cruz will be coming to Auburn's campus, and we are excited to say that the date is finally here. In honor of Hispanic Heritage Month, Cruz will speak in Foy Auditorium this Thursday evening at 6. This event is free and open to all Auburn students. UPC is teaming up with the Alabama Prison Arts and Education Project to present the documentary series. This week's movie pick, Up the Ridge, offers an in-depth look at the United States prison industry. The movie will be shown this Wednesday evening at 5:30 in Langdon Hall. This event is free and open to all students with a valid Tiger card. University Programs Council is back with Painting on the Plains. Each year, this popular event takes students to the highest point in Auburn, the Haley Center Eagle's Nest. UPC says from this view, students can choose from a variety of Auburn landmarks to paint, like Jordan Hare Stadium, gotta get right on that one, or Toomer's Corner. To sign up, visit UPC's AU Involve page. Painting begins this Wednesday evening at 5. And with fall almost upon us, Auburn Parks and Recreation is kicking off their Summer Sundown concert series this Thursday at 6. The concert series, hosted in Kiesel Park, will last until the end of October. The concerts are free and pet-friendly. After an amazing win on Saturday against Arkansas State, the Auburn Tigers are looking to keep the ball and the toilet paper rolling. But SGA is looking a bit farther down the road.
There's no greater feeling in the world than cheering on your Auburn Tigers.
Thousands of Auburn fans line up at the gates in Jordan Hare on Saturdays to cheer on their Auburn Tigers. But when it comes to away games, many fans were left in the cold.
Now you can go wherever the Tigers play with the Get a Bus. The initiative passed by SGA allows Auburn students to pay to board a charter bus to away games. The ticket covers a ride to and from the game, a spot in the student section, and a complimentary meal.
A lot of it has to deal with transportation. Like, the reason I wouldn't go to an away game is because, like, right now I don't have a car, so I feel like it's easier if Auburn provided transportation to go to the game.
Bus tickets are selling fast as the bus is scheduled to take its first trip on October 8th to Starkville to take on the Mississippi State Bulldogs. In Auburn, Jonathan Thomas, Eagle Eye TV. And a seat on the Mississippi State Get a Bus will run you about $85. And that is all for Eagle Eye Entertainment tonight. For more entertainment news, be sure to follow us on Twitter at Eagle Eye TV. Also, turn into The Scoop Wednesdays at noon right here on Eagle Eye TV. Up next, a Weagle DJ with a review of a recently released album, followed by the latest in Auburn sports. You're watching Eagle Eye TV, Channel 6.
Hi guys, my name is Adam Walensky. I'm a DJ here at Weagle 91.1 Auburn, and I'm here today to talk to you about a new album called Transmission by a new up-and-coming artist, The Quality of Mercury. I like this album a lot. It's one of the more interesting ones I've heard this year. It was released a couple months ago. It has a wide appeal to a large audience. It's a great blend of indie rock, space rock, a bit of shoegaze influence if you like that kind of thing. It's a nice slow grooving album with a lot of interesting rhythms that'll stay stuck in your head all day. I would compare it a little bit to the Black Angels, and definitely got some heavy influence from Slowdive, so if those are artists you like, you should check it out. Hi guys, my name's Adam.
Football brings home their first win in the season. Women's volleyball blanks Memphis to open up the Auburn Invitational, and history is made in soccer. I'm Meredith Brito, and this is Eagle Eye TV. Here comes the boom. Shaun White and Kerryon Johnson led the Tigers to their first big win of the season following a devastating loss to Clemson last weekend.
The Auburn Tigers got their first win of the season, beating Arkansas State 51-14. Shaun White led the team, passing 244 yards and ultimately getting 3 touchdowns, earning his spot as starting quarterback for the season.
Well, I mean, he did a great job tonight. Yeah, I mean, he's our quarterback and just did a super job. And, you know, I think he'll have a chance to get better and better.
Tony Stevens was a strong receiver with a touchdown in each half. Kyle Davis had an amazing one-handed catch, and Trey Williams had 1 sack in the first half. Cameron Petway came in, rushing 103 yards in the first half and finishing with a total of 152 yards. Auburn's defense was able to hold Arkansas State, allowing just 2 touchdowns the entire game. Daniel Carlson showed what an athlete he is, going 3 for 3 in field goals and running 20 yards for a touchdown. Kerryon Johnson came in and proved he's one of the top running backs, finishing with 124 rushing yards and 2 touchdowns. Overall, Gus Malzahn was very happy with the way his offense and defense played and is looking forward to the matchup against Texas A&M this upcoming weekend. With Eagle Eye Sports, this has been Olivia Piazza.
After the game, thousands of Tiger fans met at Toomer's Corner for the first rolling of the new Oaks. Even Coach Gus Malzahn and several players were there to roll the trees. Fans will be hoping to be there again this weekend as Auburn faces number 17, Texas A&M, in their first SEC matchup of the season at 6 p.m. in Jordan-Hare Stadium. Women's volleyball went 2 for 1 this weekend in the Auburn Invitational. Auburn defeated both Memphis and Jacksonville 3-0. But struggled against Miami, Ohio, losing the match 3-2. Volleyball will be back in action this weekend in the Michigan Invitational. Tip-off is set for 6 p.m. on Friday. History is made in Auburn soccer as Casey Ramsier surpassed Katie Frierson in all-time shots taken in Auburn program history. Take a look at some of the highlights from the game. On Friday evening, the Auburn Tigers faced their first SEC opponent of the season and ended their 2-game losing streak with a 2-1 win over the Vanderbilt Commodore. Both teams had a physical game, with Auburn committing 10 fouls and Vanderbilt committing 13. In the 14th minute, Brooke Ramsier scored the first goal of the game for Auburn and put the Tigers up 1-0. Both teams had several scoring opportunities, with Auburn shooting at the goal 14 times and Vanderbilt shooting 7 times. The second goal of the game did not come until the second half when Kristen Dodson scored in the 73rd minute, putting the Tigers up 2-0. The Commodores responded quickly with a goal by Sasha Gray in the 74th minute. However, it was not enough, and Auburn was able to hold on thanks to Sarah LeBeau's 2 saves. Auburn's next opponent will be the Baylor Bears at the Auburn Soccer Complex Sunday at 2. For Eagle Eye Sports, I'm Meredith Brito. Auburn's next game will be against South Carolina this Sunday at 6 p.m. at the Auburn Soccer Complex. Want more sports updates throughout the week? We've got you covered. Just like us on Facebook at Eagle Eye TV and catch our sports report every Friday morning. Now let's catch up with Trent Conquest, who will fill you in on this week's forecast.
Hello everyone, my name is Trent Conquest. Today I'm going to bring you a 3-day weather forecast. So today it's going to be 89, still pretty warm, but we're also going to have some clouds, which is really nice. Got to get that sun out of the way. It's just a little bit too hot. But tonight it's going to be a little bit cooler, right around 70, with some clouds. Obviously, it won't really be a big deal. The sun won't be in our way, but it will be a little cooler, and that's going to be nice. Tuesday, we are going to have a little bit of sun, but at the same time, we might have some lightning storms, so try to stay close to some shelter, and it's still going to be hot, guys. You just can't get the best of both worlds there. But Tuesday night, it's going to get cool again. We're going to have some clouds. May rain, hopefully it will. We do need to cool off, like I said. It's just been hot all summer. And of course, Wednesday, it's going to be a beautiful, sunny, cloudy day with a high 87, sadly. But who knows? You never know. It might get cooler. And as you can see on the weather forecast, we might get some rain this week as well. We got a little bit right here in southern Alabama. Who knows? It might be coming up this way. And we already got this little patch right here. But that's all I have for you all this week. And we'll head right back to the news desk.
I'm here today with Hunter Gibson, the Executive Vice President of Programs for SGA. Hey Hunter, thank you for being with us tonight.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, so I just wanted to kind of get a little brief down about the new football ticket system. Yes, so exactly what inspired the changes to the system?
All right, so that's a great question. We get that a lot. So really ever since the 2010 National Championship season, we've seen persistent problems in the student section just with a lot of fans from the other school or having family and parents, just overcrowding, a lot of persistent issues there we've been monitoring for several years now. And then after receiving a lot of Auburn Answers, which is the student feedback system from different students around campus, and then having a resolution passed by the Student Senate asking for some changes to be put into place, as well as the game day committee really observing more last season. We finally got some traction with the athletic department and came to what we have today.
And what is that we have today? What changes were made to the old system?
All right, so the changes that we've put into place for the 2016 season is they're checking IDs now. So your Ignited card has your picture on it, and they are checking that the event staff is when you go in before you swipe. So they're making sure that that is the student that's on the card, and for students who maybe look completely different than they did freshman year, I know I've changed a little bit myself, you can get a new card made. So that's not an issue either. You can get a new card made for free if it doesn't look like you. So they are checking IDs, and then we're limiting the transfers that you are allowed. So we have 8 home games this season, and if you transfer more than 4 of those, you will lose your eligibility for tickets next season. And so the goal behind that is really just to reduce the culture of mass selling of tickets. So if you have an upperclassman who is thinking they're going to buy a full season package and they're going to sell to a freshman for 400% profit, that is kind of not happening anymore, which is really, really great, and really deterring that kind of behavior. And then we have a guest ticketing system now because they are checking IDs. So students aren't allowed to just sell their Ignited card. They have to get a guest pass, but we know that it's really important for students to be able to bring a family member or a friend into the game, and so there is a guest ticketing option there. And then we also did one more thing, was just changing the way that the freshman ticket lottery happens. So there's no longer an option of receiving a full season package, which some students at first were like, oh, you know what, why? They're really distraught by that, but once we explained it, that really more freshmen are getting more tickets now because of that. They're really excited, and so I'm happy to say that this year we had every single freshman that requested and entered the lottery for student tickets got at least 6 games, and that included 2 SECs on each of those packages, so we're really proud of that.
Definitely, that is quite a bit of changes going on there, but what kind of feedback have you had from students so far?
So it definitely is a culture change, especially for upperclassmen who have been used to just being able to buy or pay for an Ignited card and just get their friends in, or to sell. The students who are a little upset at first that they're not going to be able to make a big profit that they're used to each fall off these tickets. But honestly, after the first couple of games, we have been getting good feedback. If you have been in the game, you've seen that the student section is full, and it is all Auburn, which is awesome, and it just makes it that much more fun to be in for not only the students, but just for the whole stadium, because we are really the energy drivers of the whole stadium.
Definitely. Well, we know how important football tickets are to our students here. Football is very important, and so thank you for telling us all about it and for all of your hard work with SGA.
No problem.
Up next, we'll be talking more about what's going on in the Auburn community.
This week in Auburn, many years ago, fraternities began to be recognized. In 1856, Auburn University was established as East Alabama Male College, and there was a ban on fraternities for 27 years. During the summer of 1878, Sigma Alpha Epsilon, or SAE, formed a group of men and met secretly at night in a cornfield behind Old Main. Faculty members disapproved of this, but the idea of fraternities spread amongst the students, and Alpha Tau Omega and Phi Delta Theta were formed. With fraternities forming and the faculty having little they could do, the ban on Greek life was lifted in 1883. In 1897, Auburn's president, William Leroy Brown, with mustache and goatee, posed with his fellow SAEs for this picture printed in the first Glomerata.
Well, I can see how that might be a possibility that fraternities would be banned on campus, but for 27 years?
It's a long time, and I can understand why. I mean, all the way back then, females weren't even allowed on campus, so there were no sororities whatsoever. So having fraternities was a step in the right direction to kind of start working some change into Auburn University.
Definitely, our campus really wouldn't be the same without Greek life, so glad they're back. Thank you for tuning in. If you would like to join the conversation, please use the hashtag EagleEyeTV on Instagram and Twitter. Up next, we'll have more on what's taking place on Auburn's campus and across the community. You're watching Eagle Eye TV, Channel 6.
Need a reason to vote? How about lots of reasons? Healthcare, education, jobs, the environment, national security. When it comes to the issues that affect Americans, every vote counts. So cast your vote on November 8th. It's your chance to make a difference. This is a public service announcement of Eagle Eye TV, your eye on the White House. Need a reason to vote?
According to the Princeton Review, Auburn is ranked number 4 in the nation as one of the happiest universities to attend. The review simply asked students at universities across the country, overall, how happy are you? Rice University took the top spot, followed by Vanderbilt and the University of Dayton. Auburn was the only university in the state of Alabama to rank in the top 20.
And while money can't buy happiness, Amancio Ortega might argue that point tonight. Founder of clothing company Zara, Ortega has been jumping between first and second place on the billionaires list due to changes in the stock market. The top spot for the richest man in the world has not been an easy thing to hold on to these past few days, as Ortega and Microsoft co-founder Bill Gates have been flip-flopping for the top spot. Gates is sitting easy at his net worth of $78.5 billion, while Ortega has been fluctuating between $77 and $79 billion. As of right now, Ortega is the richest man in the world, according to Forbes. Auburn alumni and CEO of Apple, Tim Cook, was expected to make his way to the billionaires list, according to CNN Money, but that was before he recently had to pay 52% tax rate on his net worth. Tim Cook is still in the top 30 of the most powerful people listed on Forbes, especially with the new iPhone 7 about to be released.
While Tim Cook hasn't been an Auburn student for quite some time, he still seems to have his finger on the pulse of what students want. The new version of the iPhone looks similar to the 6, but has several new features. While there will be no longer a headphone jack on the iPhone, earbuds can be placed into the charging port with the help of an adapter, or users can purchase wireless headphones. Without this headphone jack, the iPhone 7 is now water and dust resistant. The body of the iPhone hasn't changed much, except that it has a mirror look to it and a glossy finish. Many people have a wide range of opinions, but are overall excited to get their hands on the new iPhone. Well, Matt, unfortunately the other day I dropped my phone straight on the ground, on the concrete, you know that feeling, it's like, oh no. And the screen shattered, but I'm thinking that might have been good timing with the release of the new iPhone.
You know, I've been thinking the same thing. I have an iPhone 6 at the moment, but I'm really looking forward to getting an iPhone 7 and getting a set of those Bluetooth earbuds.
Yes.
No more cords would be the best.
It really would. Great for working out, for travel, leisure. I think the new changes are going to be great and people are going to adjust well to the new iPhone. That's all for Eagle Eye News tonight. Tune in after the show for a live look-in of the SGA Cabinet meeting, followed by an Eagle Eye News in-depth late-night show beginning at 8. And keep up with all the latest Auburn news throughout the week by following us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Eagle Eye TV. I'm Melissa Mitchell.
And I'm Matt Stanley. Thanks for joining us, and War Eagle.